Greetings, sunshines and sunnies. It is I, Queen J Lotus Pimp Sunkiss, coming at you right quick, right fast, maybe, with a bit of information on how the love and money frequency exists within all of the chakras. We often think about money when it comes to the root chakra, and we often think about love when it comes to the heart chakra. However, the main chakras for love and money are the root, solar plexus, and the heart. Yes, both love and money. But those frequencies have to do with all of the chakras. Why? Because love is both a sensation and an action. And it is also a need and a desire. We function, we thrive off of love. Our vibes are the highest, our lives are the bestest when we have love, real love, true love, good love, balanced love. Okay? So we can get all the money in the world. But if we ain't got no love, like talking about going on, people end up doing really dark things with their money. And to try to fill that void, that deprivation and desperation for love. And vice versa. People can have an abundance of love, just, oh my gosh, I love you this, I love you that. But you become limited in the way that you can show it if you don't have the financial security, if you don't have shelter. It also becomes harder to be comfortable and secure in the sensation of love if you don't have money, shelter, security, stability. Okay, so for this video specifically, I'm just going to stay focused on the Earth Star Chakra and the Root Chakra. So we can stay organized and that I can sum up certain things as quick and as easy as possible. And when it comes to money, shelter, security, things of that nature, those are all under the umbrella of wealth, right? As well as value when it comes to the physicality. However, wealth is also a mindset, a soul set. It's also a vibrational set. So a lot of things we've been taught to think of as just, it's either this or that. Things are way more multidimensional than a lot of us are even willing to accept. And love and money are two of the main, most multidimensional things. Why? Because humans, in particular, because well, that's what we're talking about, as humans, people that, you know what I'm saying, are also soul spiritual beings. We need and desire, have basic human and spirit needs and desires for both love and money. It's how we thrive, survive, and have greater qualities and quantities of life. So it's our Popeye spinach, and it can also be our kryptonite. That's why they are so multidimensional, because they play major roles in our own multidimensional existence and functionality. Now, for this particular video, I'm going to focus predominantly on the Earth Star Chakra and the Root Chakra, so that I can make sure I stay organized, don't get, you know what I'm saying, lost in the sauce with it. The ADHD tripping, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, and I also want to be able to get straight to the point and sum this up as simplistically and quickly as possible. So we're going to start off with the Earth Star Chakra. A lot of people think that the Root Chakra is the very first chakra, and in certain ways, technically it is. In a technical, physical sense, as it concerns the human body, it is technically. But the actual first chakra that you really should start with, and that you actually start with inevitably, whether you know it mindfully or not, is the Earth Star Chakra. And it is symbolized by the soil beneath our feet. Okay? And so the color of it predominantly is brown, and it represents and generates from, throughout, and for our ancestral heritage, what we inherit, where we come from, things that all happened before us in order to create us, has a large part to play in what our purpose is in our current lifetimes, and has a major effect on our root chakra as we first start out in life. So the Earth Star Chakra creates the basis for the Root Chakra. Now, when we talk about the Earth Star Chakra, specifically as it concerns love and money, we get into our family and generational history, those pathologies, curses, good karma, bad karma, sins of the father, blessings of the father and the mother too, you know what I'm saying? All of that. Specifically for this video, of course, as it concerns love and money. Now, love and money, those are the simple umbrella terms. But when we talk about money, we're also talking about security. We're also talking about shelter. So homes, the way homes are ran, the way homes are orchestrated. Small homes, big homes. Apartments, lofts, duplexes, triplexes, cardboard boxes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so all of that, as well as the way that they are orchestrated, facilitated, the land that they were built on, the history of that land, things that went on in those homes, around those homes. And this also goes hands in hand. It starts to parallel. Also, again, love is the umbrella term that we're using, but this also bleeds into your sensational, okay, your spiritual sense of security as well, respect, processing fear and other emotions. And this term value, okay, you have values that surround your idea of love, security, respect, emotions, the way that those things are shown and passed along between people, as well as your individual selves, what you do for yourself, how you value yourself, how you see yourself, uphold yourself, your self-esteem, your self-security, your self-trust, all of that. But the term value is also a mathematical term. It's also a physical term, which taps into the monetary aspect, the numbers aspect when it comes to your money, the quality and the quantity, the homes, okay, the physical security, right? So again, when it comes to the harmonization or lack thereof of the love and money frequency as it concerns the Earth Star chakra, that concerns the history of how your bloodlines have facilitated and balanced or unbalanced the frequencies of love and money as it concerns all of that I just ran down that falls under those umbrellas. Okay. And some of these things, like how you can get more in tune with your Earth Star chakra. There are binaural beats for your Earth Star chakra. But a lot of times when people say, go touch grass or go outside, be in nature, they say that in reference to healing your root chakra. And it can help heal your root chakra. But again, that's more so because your Earth Star chakra creates the basis for your root chakra. So all of that, go touch nature, go stare at the sun, roll around in the grass, walk barefoot outside, all of that are Earth Star chakra balancing and enhancing and tuning things. You can also get messages and visions from your Earth Star chakra through your dreams. Some of these things can also come through your emotional memory. A lot of people tend to think that just because you are at an age level, or when you were at an age that you didn't have a visual memory or mental memory, okay, able to like visually and mentally recall things that were going on when you were a baby, 1, 2, 3, 4 type shit. They think that, oh, it don't matter, they had no effect on you. No, you have an emotional memory, which is spiritually tied to your Earth Star chakra. Because not only does your Earth Star chakra tap into your past life, as in generations before you, and also different lifetimes that you have lived, but it also taps into your past in general. What facilitated the basis for your root chakra, which is also your childhood, which can honestly go all the way back to when you were in the womb. And it's so interesting to me too that people have all of these different values and what you could call superstitions when a woman is pregnant, but they think that that magically goes away when you come out of the womb and you're a baby. And what I mean by that is when you're in the womb, and a lot of moms are like, don't touch my belly, because you can be spiritually and emotionally influenced like that. And whatever those influences are can carry on into all of your life to come. It can cause you to have to unlearn and unravel and heal certain things when you are old enough to go to therapy or, meditate, whatever, what have you. It's certain traumas that people are walking around with right now with no visual or mental memory of it, but they have emotional and psychological memories of it. And they don't understand how to tap into it, how to heal it, why they always angry, why they got this intense anxiety, why certain things affect them more than others. And it's because you're carrying trauma all the way from when you were in the womb. And not only is this a spiritual and emotional thing, but it can also be physical by way of what the mother eats or ingests. If people are smoking around her, if she smokes herself the entire pregnancy, if she drinks or does drugs during the pregnancy. And in some cases, what your daddy was doing when you was in their nutsack. You feel me? Okay. So again, generational things, which also come into DNA. So again, duality and multidimensions, because a lot of people like to try to completely separate science from spirituality, and that does not make sense. And that's why so many of us are fucking crazy and sick mentally and physically. Okay. But let me make sure we staying on track. A way that you become more aware of how your Earth Star chakra specifically is affecting your love and money frequency is that you have to tap into your visual and mental memories, as well as, your auditory memories, as well as having conversations with your elders. And this can be very tricky and hard. And honey, this is one of the main ways that racism and slavery did drastic damages on the Black collective, the African American collectives, Earth Star chakra, by making it so a lot of older Black people do not talk about their past. They don't talk about the actual histories of things. And if they do talk about it, a lot of times they don't tell the truth. And so in certain cases, it may take some people to have to see spiritual workers like myself who naturally have enhanced Earth Star chakras. I can receive past life visions. Yes, just as much as there are people who can receive premonitions, like they can foresee the future, there are people like myself who can post-see the past. I can have dreams about things that happened in the past before I was even born. And my memory from childhood is very good also. So sometimes it takes for you to really have to get in touch with people like that, and or go to psychological workers who do hypnotherapy and the different types of therapy that basically open up the doors within you to be able to recall things from your childhood that are necessary to unweaving things that are tangled within you and healing things that are damaged within you. And even using psychedelics, which some spiritual workers and psychological workers do to help, in simple terms, heal and open up the Earth Star chakra, that emotional recall, mental recall, visual recall, auditory recall, and things of that nature. Psychedelics can also be used for that. You yourself, I'm not telling you to do it because I don't know where you at with everything in yourself. But you can meditate to Earth Star chakra music while using psychedelics, and it can help open up your Earth Star chakra on some extra shit, help you recall some things and heal some things that you didn't have the capacity to even remember or acknowledge or recognize from jump before you did it. So another way that you can gain understanding about what's going on with the love and money frequency as it concerns your Earth Star chakra is paying attention and recalling your experience of your parent or parents when it comes to love and money. How do they show love? How do they not show love? What are some toxic ways that they, quote unquote, show love that they think is love and it's truly not? They need to elevate and find. Okay. For instance, it is common in the Black community for parents to crack mean jokes on their kids. Like, hee hee ha ha, they being hypercritical in a humorous way. And then when you tell them it hurts your feelings, they're like, I don't, stop being a little bitch. I was just playing. You so sensitive, da 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 da. That's a toxic thing that a lot of Black parents learned from their parents, and they learned it from their parents, and they learned it from their parents. And a part of where that comes from is slavery and racism. Whereas a lot of our ancestors, quote unquote, showed love by trying to make their kids look unattractive, unwanted, less valuable, so that master wouldn't try to take them and use them for different things. Okay, just keeping it real simple. So that's something that was once a defense mechanism out of love that's been passed down and passed down and passed down and passed down and normalized so much so that it is extensively damaging and has done so much damage. And a lot of us are just now unlearning that. And a lot of us, especially millennials in particular, have been the main mouthpieces getting on a lot of our parents and grandparents about, no, you're not fixing to talk to me like that. That is not okay. That is not love. You really fucking up. And a lot of them, of course, don't want to hear it and they don't want to understand. But you catch my drift. So that is something too that can not only fuck up your love frequency, your understanding of love, and can create fear around love and trust, but that can also mess up your money frequency. Because if you have these internal feelings and a sense of unworthiness and invaluableness, if that's a word, but you know what I'm saying, if it's been poured into you that you are not valuable and that it's not safe for you to be valuable, then it makes it harder for you to generate monetary, physical, security, shelter, value. And or it can make it where you get greedy and you function from a lack mentality of where you feel like you never have enough. So you got to constantly get it. And be on the move, in order to prove your value instead of just being valuable. Now, those conversational things and auditory things, things that are said conversationally and all of that, those things is more so how the Earth Star chakra bleeds into the throat chakra aspect. And we'll delve more into that when we get there. But to segue it into the root chakra aspects. So physical violence has been common in your bloodline and in your upbringing. And this can be even simple as a whooping. You may think it's not too much or nothing, but it has an effect. It tells your spirit that it's a time and a place for you to be abused, and it's a time and a place for you to be abusive, physically, specifically. So this impacts the way that you show love actively, okay? Because the root chakra is more so about physical and action. And of course, these things are influenced by sensation, emotion, right? Okay. So when it's been set up in your body and in your soul that it's a time and a place for you to be abused, and it's a time and a place for you to abuse, it carries over not only in how you end up treating your body, but also how you treat your money, how you relate to money, how you treat your home space, how you relate to your home space. So you'll either do too much or not enough. As well as when it comes to your cars, your vehicles, you do too much or not enough. And when it comes to your relationships and how you relate to different people, that's friends and romance, sex as well, you either do too much or not enough. You may even, when it comes to sex, and again, sex is another way that you can also manifest things as well. And it also shows how things have been manifested in you. Okay, so like when people are into rough sex, BDSM, things of that nature, it shows some of what you are not only manifesting in your everyday life and future life, but it also shows some things that potentially have happened to you. So physical violence being prominent in your bloodline and generations, pathologies and all of that, as well as in your upbringing, cause a frequency and a functionality of excessiveness as well as obsessiveness. So specifically speaking too, because you may think of it like, oh, I treat my stuff very well. I'm very neat. I'm very tidy. Are you tidy in a balanced manner? Or are you a bit OCD when it comes to things? When it comes to how things are arranged and how things look? Again, you either do too much or not enough. And, of course, if you heal those things mindfully or mindlessly, it helps you function with more balance. You have a time and a place where you just let things be, you know what I'm saying? Let clothes lay around here and there. And then you have times where you're like, okay, finish straightening this shit up, give it a place, all of that. And basically where the excessiveness and obsessiveness comes from when it comes to the physical violence of it all, it's because physical violence, it instills fear in you. People think that they're passing down respect. It's not respect. Fear and respect are not the same thing. They're instilling fear in you. So you may fear, like, okay, I can just let this stuff fall apart, like, fuck it. Because if I try too hard, I'm going to become what I despise. Or you do too much because you fear that if you don't, something bad will happen. There will be some type of physical consequence, whether it's specifically violence that you fear or just losing something in particular. And this also gets into the physicality of neglect and abandonment. So if your parents or parents, there's a prominence in your generational pathologies, even a prominence in your childhood where your parents were not physically there, they physically neglected you, or sometimes they are physically present, but they're not emotionally present. Okay, that can throw your mind off as it concerns how to perceive things and how to act out things, how to process your emotions and allow them to facilitate your actions. You see that? Because a lot of people want to neglect their emotions. Oh, I put my heart on ice. I'm cold-hearted. I ain't got no heart. Fuck that. I'm out my feelings and in my bag. But that's not a good thing to do. Because if you're not giving your emotions attention and you're not processing them, just because you acting like they're not there doesn't mean that they're not still there. Just because you're acting like the hurt and the trauma does not exist doesn't mean it just disappeared. It's still there. Therefore, the actions that you are facilitating by doing that are trauma responses. Whether you're overworking yourself or underworking yourself, they're trauma responses. And that can fuck up. Like, yeah, you might get the money, but how is it maintaining? Okay, a lot of people say, okay, I'm making money, I'm getting a steady check, I get all of these opportunities, and then as soon as I get it, something happens and I gotta pay for a new engine, pay for a new battery, these bills draining and steady going up. And if you think about the economy also, and the fact that many people, like a majority of people in this country specifically, their earth and root chakra is fucked up because there's a lot of erasing and suppressing history in this country, therefore damaging everybody's earth star chakra. So people are steady getting money. There's a flow of money, but it's hard to maintain it. Every time you get ahead, something else happens that fucks around and starts tugging at people's money. So those things I mentioned were more so, how you're recognizing in your earth star chakra the way that the love frequency has been, either healed and generated and harmonized or fucked up by way of the earth star chakra and how that can affect your money. And now we're getting into the more directly monetary aspects of the earth star chakra, how the healing or lack thereof, the abundance or lack thereof, harmony or lack thereof is showing in, or how you can recognize how it's showing in your earth star chakra. So if your family has this commonality of constantly saying, oh, I'm broke as a joke. We broke. We ain't got nothing. And you may not have as much as the next person. You may have grown up and started from humble beginnings. But your people have made a life of talking so much more about everything that is wrong. My head hurt. My ass hurt. My leg hurt. My hip hurt. Okay, but you still walking. You still got the mobility of your limbs. Can you praise God for something in a genuine way? Can you talk about something that's going right? Are you going to do anything about the fact that you got it? Are you going to try to learn anything new about financial intelligence? Or are you just going to sit there and just accept lack? And of course, different things are understandable and how they affect, the elders' capacity of that. Because again, that earth star chakra, honey, the history of how Black people in particular have been screwed over when it comes to finances and the understanding and education concerning finances and things of that nature. It makes sense why a lot of them get or have gotten complacent when it comes to financial education and financial dealings. However, one way or another, coming from people and constantly growing up in an environment where people have very lack mentalities and they're always fucking up their money, blowing their money on different frivolous things, trying to keep up with the Joneses, not paying bills on time, not paying bills when people are not present to take care of you. They are always making it an issue or talking about how it's such an issue, it's such a burden taking care of you, specifically when, kids ask their parents for stuff and they turn around, well, do you got McDonald's money? Do you got this or that? Da-da-da. You kids getting on my nerves. All I do is spend money on y'all. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And again, the verbal aspects of that get more into the throat chakra, but the activeness of you being able to see and feel that your parents feel like you are a burden to them, or they put it on you, they make it or have made it your responsibility to fill in their financial blanks, to take care of them financially. If you come from a family where the parents were making the kids quit school to work, that's something that could also be fucking up your financial frequency when it comes to your earth star chakra. And how that affects your love chakra is, again, it makes you feel like a burden, which makes it feel like you are unworthy of someone sacrificing for you. And that can turn into you being overtly self-sacrificial for other people. It can turn into you not wanting to indulge in relationships because you fear that everything is going to be on your back and that the other person is not going to see any point in sacrificing for you or doing for you, which fucks up your frequency of receiving. Now, all of this ends up facilitating the basis in your root chakra in the way that you treat yourself actively. So, how much time do you spend treating your hair? And again, that can be a crown chakra thing, but we're talking about aesthetics. Okay, aesthetics specifically as it concerns what I'm getting into. Doing your hair, doing your makeup, committing to a skincare routine, taking care of your health, being mindful of the things that you eat, having a workout regimen or not having a workout regimen. Because again, values, values, values. People who value themselves are more discerning about what they eat. People who value themselves are more discerning about how they look. If they gonna work out and make sure that they can maintain the mobility of their limbs, the mobility and the functionality of their health. Now, when it's excessive, it does tote the line of vanity and greed. It's another word though. Gluttony is another word for it. That is like superficiality. There it is. It totes that line of superficiality. However, being mindful and attuned to how you look, move, and feel, your flexibility and all of that, those are acts of self-love. Those are beings of self-love. And those things also help generate money. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, then likely it's going to be very easy for you to get sick, right? Or very easy for you to get hurt. If you're sitting up drinking soda and just consuming a bunch of stuff that's not good for you, it weakens your bones. It weakens your immune system. So it makes it easier for you to break bones, break limbs. It makes it easier for inflammation to set up in your body, which makes it harder for you to be mobile, makes it harder for you to be motivated to get up and do, okay? It causes you back pains, lower back pains, hip pains, all of that, okay? So again, we have been fed a whole lot of stuff that's like, get out your feelings and into your bag. But when it comes to getting it, okay, you're going to get it. But how you going to be able to maintain it? Okay, so yeah. And another aspect too is the examples you've had of partnership and village, which also get into the conjunction of your earth star chakra and your root chakra. So if you come from a single parent household, then it kind of sets up in you that everything is on you. Everything is on one person. Independence is valuable, but hyper independence fucks up the mutual frequency of giving and receiving. And the understanding when it comes to love and money, you have to give in order to receive. You have to spend money in order to make money. You have to give love in order to get love. You have to take care of yourself financially before you can take care of other people financially and even attract people who will be willing and see a value in you to take care of you financially. You have to love yourself in order to love other people and in order to really attract people who will genuinely love you. So single parent households can really fuck up the perception and functionality of all of that. But also, when it comes to two parent households, it's important that you see your parents' teamwork. Just because people come from two parent households, it doesn't mean that everything is hunky-dory, bubblegums, and roses, because some people come from two parent households where there is absolutely no teamwork. There are married single moms, okay, in the way that all of the responsibilities of the housework and the kids is on them. And sometimes it's the kids, the housework, and the bills that are also on them, and the daddy is doing nothing. Sometimes it's vice versa, okay? So that teamwork has to be something that you see and have a good understanding of. And if you didn't get it from your childhood, once you're aware of it, you have to make a conscious effort to expose yourself to these things in your adulthood by going out of your way. And hell, we got the internet, honey. And I think that's also why a lot of people like to watch couples content, couples vlogs. When people have families and they are like content creators by way of showing their relationships and their families and their everyday life and stuff like that, that's good for that. Again, excessiveness is not good. And when these people be pimping out their kids and faking and fronting and stuff like that, that ain't good. But the silver lining in it, the upside of it, is it does allow people who didn't have that good start, that good earth star chakra facilitating examples of seeing teamwork and balance giving and receiving amongst their parents and their village. They get to see it through these other people who document their lives. And that type of thing can help heal your Earth Star chakra and pour over into your root chakra. It's good to see relationships and teamwork that is 100-100. I know a lot of people like to turn 50-50. The term 50-50 has been normalized, but two broke hands can't fix each other, you know? And a lot of people like to glorify the whole the man go to work, usually the man go to work and the woman stay at home, be a housewife and just live a soft life and shit like that. But that really is not kosher, because that puts an excessive amount of burden on the man to protect and provide for every single thing. And that don't necessarily have to be a man's job. That man could be good at a slew of other things that he's being limited by because he always got to work and be hard. Like, he don't get to indulge in his feminine energy. He got feminine energy that he needs too. You know what I'm saying? Just like the woman has masculine energy that she needs and that she needs to indulge in as well. So two halves don't need to be trying to come together when it's human beings trying to make a whole. It needs to be two wholes coming together to be fruitful and multiply. And of course, nobody's perfect, but the base, okay? And that's what we're talking about here. The basis. When that foundation is good, that's how you know that the rest has a chance, okay? And again, they don't have to come from a perfect background, but they need to be in a good place of having healed and balanced and harmonized and stabilized in whatever background they come from. There needs to be will to heal and evolve. If they stuck in the mud with it, they fragmented, they fractured. That's not a whole, okay? So when I say whole, I don't mean perfect, okay? When I say whole, I mean someone who is self-aware. Okay, someone who is self-aware of where they are, where they have been, and where they're trying to go. And they are also willing to do what they need to do to evolve for themselves first. And then they attract someone who is equally yoked in that manner. And they take turns. They do what they do. And then when needed, they take turns picking up each other's slack and filling in the blanks for each other. And that's also why I didn't just say couples. I said village. Okay? Okay. Because all of these things make a difference in how you respect yourself and how you secure yourself, which all ties back to love, and also how you trust yourself. And when those things are stabilized with yourself, it makes a difference in how you go after money, as well as how you think about money and what you do to maintain the money. And when you take into account what you're doing to get the money and how you maintain your money and how you treat your money, again, money is being used as an umbrella term because this ties into your home, your car, and, you know, every other physical thing that you use with your money, right? When you think about what you put into getting that and maintaining that, it makes a difference in what you will accept from other people. It makes a difference in what you value in other people. So if you are loving yourself the fuck up in a real way, you maintaining your health, you very conscious about what you eat and what you do to maintain your health as a way of showing love to yourself, your foundation, and what you do and how you show love to your home, your room, your clothes, your physical aesthetic in conjunction with the quality of it, meaning the health of it. Because let me just say this real quick. Again, when you love, respect, trust, and honor yourself, this concerns the root chakra specifically, when those things are stabilized and in high vibrational alignment, when it comes to getting your physical aesthetic, your physical body looking and feeling the way you want it to, and it making a difference in how you go about that, 9 times out of 10, you're going to work out before you go let some other human being chop up on your body. You see what I'm saying? And it's not to shame people for plastic surgery and things of that nature, but truths be truths. It makes a difference. And it makes a difference in the work that you put into maintaining it. So even if you do say, hey, okay, I need a little extra assistance to get my physicality the way that I want it. A lot of people don't realize that when they get surgeries, you still have to put care into it. So if your love frequency surrounding your root chakra is fucked up and you go get surgery, either you end up attracting a surgeon that's going to hack you like a meat butcher. You also run the risk of your body rejecting it. You also run the risk of not doing the proper aftercare to maintain not only the quantity, the physical, but also the quality of it, how your body feels. Again, it sets you up for your body potentially rejecting the surgery. So yeah, and we can delve deeper into that in another video. But as I'm saying, all of that to say, value, value, value. The way you value yourself in a spiritual and a physical way makes a difference in the way that you go about love, the way that you actively show and function in love, as well as the way you go about getting and maintaining your money. And that makes a difference in the types of jobs you accumulate and the types of people that be on them jobs, the career path that you end up going on. That's how a lot of people end up in career fields and career paths and life purposes that ain't even theirs. Attracting a bunch of shit that ain't even for them. You see what I'm saying? And end up attracting people that they don't trust and can't trust because somewhere in them, they don't trust themselves. They don't see a value in themselves, like talking about, that is worthy of trust, worthy of teamwork, worthy of true village. And that's why marriage also, as cute as it sounds, you know, we married for love. Yeah, you know, that's great. You should marry for love. But the reality is the love aspect is not enough. And you have people, we married, you know, he married him for money. She married him for his money. Yeah, but then it comes down to it, and that money is not enough. You got all this money and no one to really share the value of it with. Or you have all this love, and what is it if it's not fruitful and multiplying? Because if you love somebody for real, you're not going to want to see them living in a cardboard box. If you love yourself for real, you don't want yourself living in a cardboard box, struggling. Okay? If you love and value somebody for real, you don't want to see them struggling, breaking themselves down, making themselves sick to get a bag, killing themselves to get a bag to pay your bills. If you love them for real, if you love yourself for real, you don't want yourself being in that position. You don't want yourself getting so far up to a position and you done got the bag, got the bag, got the bag, got the status, got the status, got the status. And you got a whole bunch of people around you, a whole bunch of people that work for you and love to be in your company, but they all just want what you got. And now you got to pay for all of these crazy different things to bring you an adrenaline rush because you so desperate to feel something. But if you got your love frequency stabilized, it wouldn't even be all of that. You wouldn't get to the top and been and made all of this physicality for yourself. And now people got to come out and say that you done abuse them in some way. Now your wage is being garnished because you got to settle stuff out in court. Because you out here doing crazy stuff with your money mindlessly because you're not in tune with your emotions. You're not in tune with the stability of your mind for real and the stability of your spirit for real. So recognize how you fucking up and how you fucking over other people and hurting other people because your heart on ice, right? You heartless, right? You a cold motherfucker, right? Okay, and now you done got all this stuff and now you finna lose it because in the midst of you accumulating all this stuff, you compromised your karma. And now the clown coming back to bite and to kick you clean off of your pedestal. And it's eating up your bag. And it's eating up your home. And it's falling on your kids. And now they got debt and heart problems. Got to clean up your shit. You catching my drift? You feel me knocking, let me in. And with all that being said, child, if I do say so myself, I have milked this cow dry. And before I go into the whole outro bars, this might, I might do different parts on each chakra focus. But for now, at least this is the end of the root chakra and the earth star chakra, conjunctions and all of that, and how it concerns love and money, ways that you can get more awareness, ways that, you know what I'm saying, you can go about healing and stuff. I'll definitely come back with more things to give more information on how to heal, whatever damages and trauma and blocks is going on in the earth and root star chakra, as well as how to harmonize your love and money frequency specifically. But I just wanted to at least use the first video to establish more awareness, the self-awareness aspects. So yeah, potentially the part twos of each tier will have more to do about how to heal and harmonize these things, right? But also, once I get into the next chakras, and of course the next chakra will be the sacral chakra, but I'm still going to maintain the conversation and the influence of the Earth Star chakra on all these different chakras and their love and money frequency. So be prepared for the Earth Star chakra to show up in each chakra video, okay? It's going to make more sense as we go. Now, with all that being said, child, if I do say so myself, honey, I have milked this cow dry. And I'm thoroughly appreciative of the exchange of vibes. And if you're feeling synchronized, please do me a divine design and like, share, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to be back through these queenly quarters for the next time. And be sure to bless my comment section with your questions and conversations. And as always, I bid you in all ways light, love, healing, and liberation. Emphasis on liberation. Mwah.